again, everybody. Allie and I are packed up, heading west, looking for an adventure. We left Richmond not really knowing where we were going, but over the last couple of years, we've been putting together want-to-do lists on Google Maps. So we are just going to head and maybe take care of one or two of those this weekend. We've decided that we're going to start with going back to Devil's Marble Yard, where there were campsites sort of near the front where you park your car. So I think we're going to get some driving out of the way and camp there for the night. And in the morning, head over to Devil's Bathtub, which is somewhere we've been wanting to check out for a while, but it's a fair bit of a distance from home. So we're going to do pretty much half of it, the drive today, camp for a night, and half the drive tomorrow, and then visit that bathtub, maybe go for a swim if the weather's warm, and then try to find a place to stay around there. We are prepared to backpack if necessary, but hopefully we won't have to go too far from the car, and we'll just see where the weekend takes us, so stay tuned. Alright, so Allie and I have arrived at our destination here. We've been here before. This is the entrance to Devil's Marble Yard. We are certainly not walking all the way up there. We have a creek just on the other side of this parking area. And on the other side of that creek, there are some campsites. So we are going to go scope it out and try to find a suitable home for the night. So keep it simple or keep it moving?
Don't matter.
We can check out the next one maybe. Have it a little bit more, be a little more secluded, just slightly. Kind of liking this little more wooded area right here. Seems a little less used and abused. What do you think? You can put your tent like right over there, and I can put my hammock like right here. Sound good to you?
Mm-hmm.
I don't see any widow makers. I think we're good. Home sweet home. Alright, so I'm going to give you a little tour of my setup. This was a extra large rain fly. All of these items came from our liquidation bins that I mentioned in a previous video. But this extra large rain fly, the tree is a little bit in the way, but it does a great job covering up this hammock. Now, I want an underquilt, but I did find this like basically a flat top quilt. It's a down alternative, and I've folded it and I've attached it to the hammock with neodymium magnets. So one on each side, and it sort of holds it right up snug against the hammock there for an underquilt effect. And then, so I have neodymium magnets in the middle here, holding the end, and then holding this end as well. So that way all I need is a top quilt on the inside. So hopefully that'll sleep nice and warm and cozy tonight. Well, I just checked my GoPro and it looks like I left the memory card at home.
This is just bonus moronicity.
So it looks like I'm gonna have to get creative and film this whole adventure with just my cell phone. So, I don't know, we'll figure out how to get some POV and all that good stuff like the GoPro gives, but this is our fire ring that we found with our campfire. It's a little bit in disrepair, so we're gonna have to ring it up and then collect some wood and get a fire going. So I'll bring you back when that happens. So most of the sticks here are bendy and wet, all the stuff that's on the ground. Fortunately, I was able to find a standing dead pine up there that is nice and snappy dry. So I thought about trying to get a little bit of redemption from the other day with this survival, let's see here, with this survival bracelet. And you saw me struggle with it on some charcoal, but I thought maybe today what I'd try to do is use a little piece from my fire kit to help out, which are these little straw fire starters that I had made a while back. And so basically you just stuff a cotton ball in there. Hopefully that'll catch the spark, and the plastic will help extend the flame a bit to help get some of these smaller things started. Hopefully we can build it up with some of the drier stuff I found, so then get a fire going, because we need one to start our steak a-cooking. So what I'm going to do here is take the little scissors from a multi-tool, and I'm just going to open up the end to get that cotton ball out just a little bit there, and fluff it up so that it'll catch a spark. And we'll just put it right here on this little rock. There we go. And I'm just babying it a little bit because everything is so damp here. Alright, we're getting a little bigger wood now. We'll pepper in some small stuff along the way to keep it nice and fiery.
Hello, sir. There you are.
It looks like we're building up here, so we're going to keep trying to feed it with sticks, but looks like fire complete. So that fire is not going to be too long of a fire unless we can get it really hot and so we could burn some of this like damp wood. It's been raining here for it probably rained really hard recently. Just stopped this morning. Today I got my trusty shovel. Another bin's fine, of course. But it has a chopping bit on it. And I'm going to try to find a nice green stick to start with those steaks. So I am on the hunt. One stick. Two sticks. So we got a little visitor to our site. Old dog. Snooping around right before dinner. Named Daisy. She has tags. But right before dinner she happens to show up. Right, Daisy? Right? Right before dinner? You're not going to get any of our steak. I wouldn't even try. Well, maybe you might get a little bite from Allie's.
Yeah, you might get some.
But at the end, after we're done eating.
You get all the fatty bits.
Well, those are my favorites. I don't think we need a bear bag tonight. We need a doggy bag. Keep our food. We just got some eggs we're going to hard boil and some bacon that we are going to cook for the morning.
Thank you. Thank you.
We got some steaks here we're going to cook up. A manager special, but we are going to cook them right away. And then some eggs that for the weekend, we're going to hard boil them tonight so that they last for the weekend. Steak is done. And we don't have any silverware, so we're going to eat like animals.
I was planning to eat like an animal anyway.
Yeah. Cave people. Cheers. Someone's waiting for any kind of dropped scraps. Okay, steaks were good. Now I am heading down to the creek. If it's not a cliff, and it's a cliff. Well, maybe I gotta go to the next site, but we're gonna go get some water. And we're gonna use that water, make some hard-boiled eggs. All right, breakfast is on. I mean, it's not breakfast time yet, but we'll be ready for tomorrow when it is. Fire's burning down. We're just hanging out here. I've got my camp coffee here, and Allie's got her hot chocolate. We're just relaxing. Daisy has left the building and is probably planning to come back in the middle of the night and scare us like a black bear. But we are going to doggy bag the food up into a tree. I think I've decided that tomorrow I'm going to go by Walmart and get a new SD card so that the rest of the time I have the GoPro. I've been trying to get to Devil's Bathtub for a while. It's sort of a long trip. So I think it's worth the investment. And it's always good to have a spare one in the kit to just in case times like this where I've left the memory card in the card reader at home last time I downloaded. So yeah, we're just gonna enjoy our hot beverages, hit the hay, watch some shows on my phone, and see you in the morning. Cheers. Good morning, everybody. We have our Allie is on bacon. I am on coffee. And we have some hard-boiled eggs. One of the things that I like about my Stanley Cook Pot is I was able to find this piece of a French press that goes right in there. Fits perfectly. And then you get nice French press coffee in the morning. Perfect. Okay, campsite 1, we are done. We are packed up in the car. I'm just going to take the opportunity to do a little laundry with my shirt. I got some biodegradable soap here, and just going to do a little laundry and head out. We are going to stop by, get a few things that we have forgotten from Wally World.
First one's here. First one's here.
And then off to Devil's Bathtub. Right there. Show it to the camera.
Little man.
All right, so it is almost 6 o'clock. We've been driving what it feels like all day long. And we got up to the Devil's Bathtub. It's a little bit late to get in and try to do something, so we figure we'll save that for tomorrow. But we were driving up and down these gravel roads trying to find a good place to camp. And none of those sites that are right off the road like we see closer to where we normally camp. But if you can see behind me, there was this couple with this tent on their roof here at this local parking area. We walked all around. We did not see any signs that say no camping or no overnighting, anything like that. So we asked them if they've had any problems. They said no, but this is their first night. But they said they don't believe it's going to be ooh, there's a rope swing, Allie.
I see that.
So behind us right here, there's a pretty good swim hole. If we're feeling up for it, we may be able to jump in there, but I think we're going to try to get some dinner. There's a fire ring also down near the swim hole that we could, I guess, attempt to get a fire going tonight. Maybe meet some new folks if they're just socializing down there. But we're having cheeseburger bowls tonight, so other than the salmon Allie has already had. But we tried to get a SD card at Walmart. Unfortunately, they didn't have the exact type that I need for the GoPro, so we are still filming on one camera, my phone only, but that's just the way it goes. We're gonna do it. I'm probably gonna have to sleep in the car. Allie's gonna try to set up a tent like right in here somewhere, so Flat ground, that's all we need. Hopefully we have no problems. So our new quarters today have luxury dining accommodations. So we can actually just cook and eat right on a nice table today. I was having chili. And I am going to have a cheeseburger bowl. And we're ready to cook. Alright, din time, din time.
That works. I guess.
I hope. It's kind of working. Just need bacon bits.
I think of Reese's cups.
I get Cheetos.
But it's like the orange directly next to the brown. That's what gives me.
And if I run out, I can always put it on. Can I put it on a slow simmer? It's gonna be a cheeseburger. A bacon cheeseburger.
Almost dropped it.
Almost.
You got the unfold. Dog food.
It does look like dog food right now. It's just boiling in its own fat.
Delicious.
You know.
Great for weight loss.
It actually is.
Is it?
Yeah, as long as you don't have a lot of carbs with it. Your body starts burning fats.
Find natural peas.
This is my new Brewmate bottle koozie. It's metal koozie, and this thing works great. You can have this in here and it'll stay cold just like out of the fridge for like 3 hours.
You did bring 2 monsters.
I did.
I'm gonna fall
I'm
back.
hoping for a Monster sponsorship, but until then it's gonna get covered up by the koozie. A little bit of blackened burger or something at the bottom. Alright, cheese goes in for some melted goodness. There we go. Here's the cheese. Let's mix it around and hopefully it melts. I do like onions on my burger, but they were onions cooked into these patties already. So, some tomato. We got a little lettuce. The funny part about this was just the plain iceberg lettuce was twice as much as the iceberg with the cabbage and everything that's in it. So I didn't see any point in paying twice as much for half as much. So we'll skip the carrots for now, as much as we can. Can't have a burger without an avocado. Add in our condiments now. But we've got mayonnaise. We've got mustard. And ketchup. Well, that should be a fine dinner right there. And my keto cheeseburger bowl is complete. Alright, nobody wants to watch me eat. You pay extra for that. We were just appreciating our neighbor's setup here with they've got like a tent that they can sleep in up top, and they got this like little side portion there. I don't know what they're doing in there, but it looks pretty cool. Like a 2-story home right on their truck. Pretty cool. With that truck leaving, it is officially cleared out, except for our neighbors. But we see us in the back of the parking lot there. That's where we're going to be. This is where our table is right at the moment. And we have, down this way, that little hut right there is a bathroom. So, pretty sweet digs. Comes with an in-ground pool. All the fish you could catch and eat. I don't know. There's some little tiny fish in there, but we don't know if they're catchable. They are jumping out of the water like crazy, though. Just these little guys jumping out of the water. So those fish jumping out of water were just too much for Allie to resist. She's got her little net out there trying to get them. Meanwhile, back at dinner spot, we've got our sugar-free nighttime goodie and some hot coffee to go with it. All keto. I'm doing okay. I've lost a few pounds already. So we might as well keep that going. Let's go scope out this swimming hole. It looked to me to be pretty deep. We got a nice little rope swing on the other side there. That looks like it could be fun. A little ladder on the other tree. I bet it's brisk though. So I had a little dilemma. I have just enough room to hang my hammock over here, but not really enough room to hang that big rain fly. So I figured I could set up my hammock without the rain fly, and then if I get into trouble at night where it starts raining, I have a little spot set up back here that I could sneak into. Or I could just go in there if I want to. So hopefully that works out. Hopefully it doesn't rain. So I discovered that my poncho liner actually fits over very nicely. Just tie off the top. And it just covers just enough. Just perfectly. Perfect fit. Hopefully that keeps me dry if there's a sprinkle or dew in the morning. But also keeps me a little stealthier, like invisible. What's that black thing? Invisible? Is that a bear?
It's gonna fall. He's gonna fall. He's leaving with the front.
So we are going over to check out the facilities. As you can see, it's pretty small, but much more luxurious than a hole in the woods. I have my new bidet, travel bidet. And when the toilet paper crisis of 2020 hit, we switched our toilets over at home to bidets. And I'll tell you what, I am not missing toilet paper at all. I hate going back to toilet paper. it just doesn't feel clean anymore. So we're trying these travel ones out, but we will spare you the details. We'll just let you know if they work well. All right, so for anybody who's curious and may be interested in using a product like this, I will say it does work very well. It's it gets you much cleaner than just toilet paper alone. I know some people don't like to talk about this stuff, but you know, it's definitely important, I think, so I'm going to cover it. This is the bidet spray right here. It fits on top of the water bottle that you filled with water, and then when you squeeze the water bottle, it adds the pressure to kind of squirt you know, up in your rear end and clean anything out in there with water. I will say there are two types of bottles. There are these thicker bottles, which I thought would be better, but actually these like crinkly bottles, you could squeeze harder and get a stronger spray, whereas these have more resistance, so they bounce back. They'll probably last longer, but the spray isn't good. So this one also makes a lot of noise, so if you're embarrassed about using something like this in the bathroom and there are other people around, they're going to hear that crinkly crinkle where they might not hear that as much. So I definitely recommend it. I got this on Amazon. It came in a pack of 3. It was about $10 for 3 of them, so you can't go wrong. I leave one in my car for, you know, if I'm out in an emergency. I have one in my desk at work. You just wash it off when you're done with it. Again, you keep it away from you, so it really shouldn't have anything gross on it. And it's the spray that's cleaning you, but you can wash it off if you need to. And yeah, just have it around. And I keep one in my camp bag, so if I'm out camping, you know, it's easy enough if you're next to a stream, and rather than littering nature with toilet paper, you just dig a hole and do your business in there. And you can maybe even use a little bit of toilet paper to just dry off afterwards, and then you're done. So I would highly recommend it. Good morning. Sunday. I had a good night's sleep last night. It was a little chilly out, but it was warm. I like it. So, time to get up, get some coffee, and go see where the devil takes a bath. I want to just stay in bed, but I'm cozy. But this parking lot's probably going to start filling up soon, so time to get moving. So that koozie I was talking about yesterday also comes with a top that makes it a nice tumbler to keep your coffee nice and warm. So that's nice. All in one. I love multiple uses. And breakfast this morning was 2 hard-boiled eggs, and I'm going to try this Bolthouse keto drink. We're a fan of the original Bolthouses. Allie likes to drink them as well, so going to see if this one's any good. They are more expensive than the regular Bolthouses, so not a regular, but maybe a treat. Who knows? We'll see. And then hopefully we will be off to Devil's Bathtub soon. We're just waiting for Allie to get out of bed. We're also trying these different flavors of beef jerky from Kroger. And while it actually is tasty, it's almost too much by itself. So, but adding it to some kind of Mexican dish and rehydrating it might be the way to go here. I could definitely taste it inside like a little fajita or something along those lines, but no wraps for me, but and no rice for me, so a lot of the Mexican dishes are out. Because the devil wouldn't do it. There's a lot of devil-themed things in Virginia,
Yeah, I don't know why.
and they're all hard to get to. I was just thinking that this terrain reminds me of Pisgah Forest down in North Carolina. And then it dawned on me, well shoot, we're so close to North Carolina. We're closer to Pisgah than we are to where we normally go in the mountains, but there's just, trails are just lined with this mountain laurel. It's gorgeous. It's almost like a little mini jungle or a mini rainforest or something. Really, really cool to walk through. I mean, just look at that root ball up there. That's cool. I guess we go up this way. Yep, yellow blaze. I see it. At some point, somebody got a trailer up here.
Oh, that's an RV.
A very long time ago. Follow the yellow blaze road. Follow the yellow blaze road.
Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road.
So the temperature here is really weird. It's like chilly, but humid, so I'm sweating. And like I can't tell if I would want to jump into cold water or if I would want to avoid cold water. And I'm thinking the latter, right? Mm-hmm. But, I mean, how do you come to the Devil's Bathtub and not take a dip? I don't know. We're going to find out. But there's some people up ahead of us that we're just waiting for. They are rock scrambling, so we're going to give them a minute and then head on, keep on going. We're just enjoying this nice little creek here. I bet this is impressive if it's like raging. It'd be loud. I mean, you can see it's been up to here before. Mm-hmm. You see how high it's been. It's about my height. All right, off we go. Yellow blaze. Is that where we're supposed to go? Got a rope swing up there. I have a feeling we're close. Alright guys, we're here. I'd show you the devil's bathtub, but the devil's in there and he is not decent.
You can tap it, right?
So, if that's the devil's bathtub, then that must be the devil's sewer. And this is the devil's drain pipe. I mean, it's just logic, right?
I don't remember
Alright,
that.
I do not remember this on the way in, so somebody has gone overboard with these carns. The trolls have been busy. So I literally just stopped and said, where am I going? And then I looked up. So, this way. So, these right here are stinging nettles. And they are wild edibles. So, we found this piece of trash that somebody left behind. This little water bottle. We are going to stuff them with nettles and try to boil them up for dinner later. So, let's see.
I'm not going to eat them, but he will.
Yep. Alright. I'm going to grab them with pliers though because I do not want to get stung by them. Let's see here. I can't tell you how many times these have brushed my leg while mountain biking, and they itch really strong for about 30 seconds to a minute. And this is payback time. As they say, when you boil these up, they taste like spinach. So we're going to find out. And of course, boiling makes the little needles inert, so they can't get you. So we're hoping that nobody blocked us in. So far, it looks good. Looks like we can back out. Alright, so we're back at the car. We are going to head back to the park where we stood last night and maybe grab something to eat, have a little swim before we hit the road. We got some traveling to do today. Destination is unknown, so we're going to look, once we get into cell service, we're going to try to figure out where we're going and where we're spending tonight. So, see you then. So we've been seeing these orange daylilies along the side of the road, and apparently they are another wild edible. I've never tried them before. They don't have a smell to them. Wow. They tasted just like lettuce. Those taste exactly like a romaine lettuce. That's pretty good. I think I'm gonna gather a few of those for a little salad tonight. Those are good. So this is Falling Spring here in Virginia. We're just driving by. We are looking for a place to sleep, but nothing informational online. So we are thinking about heading up to like West Augusta area. We know there's a lot of campsites, hoping that if it was filled up this weekend, somebody is planning to leave or has left for the day, and maybe we can grab a site or so. But you can see you really can't go like up to these falls. You used to be able to go up to the top and look off of them. There was a trail right over here, but apparently you can't do that anymore. And you know, these you could go under down there, but apparently they don't want you doing that. So I guess we can't go explore, but we've been here. We could check it off our list. So Falling Springs or whatever it's called. So there it is. Okay, well, we pulled into our site just as it was getting dark. So we got all of our stuff set up, but it's pitch black. There's no wood here. We're gonna have to figure that out in the morning. And we'll show you around in the morning. Right now it's 10:30 at night and we're just getting dinner on. But let me show you what we got for dinner. I don't know if you can see in there. But we have our nettles boiling for our greens. We've got our daylilies for our fresh veggies. And we are going to have cheeseburger bowls again. So that'll do it, all being cooked on the camp stove. Good morning, everybody. It is Monday, the last day. We just woke up in our new site, so I figured I'd show you around a little bit. Well, there's our driveway, how we came in. We've got a nice creek there that somebody has dammed up down the bottom. So I don't think it would be deep enough for swimming. Well, maybe, yeah, I mean, you could take a dip in there. Right around here, it's definitely a little bit deeper, so it's for taking a dip. We have our little parking space here, and of course it was dark when we pulled in, so we didn't see a lot of this last night, but we could see what the headlights showed us, that it was a empty site was the most important. So here we have where Allie decided to set up her tent, and the ending borders, and then where I set up my hammock here, close to the river. I got to listen to the water sounds all night. Now the one challenge that we did have is no firewood, and there's not a lot in the area. I may have to cross the creek to go find something. Fortunately, I did bring my battery-powered reciprocating saw with me this weekend, so that will help for sure. I've got my eye on a few dead fallen things that are in the stream here that I could probably pick up. But yeah, we're gonna just relax and spend the day probably at the site here. We'll bring you along for the ride. This must have been blocked off for trout fishing, is what I'm guessing. I mean, there's a nice retaining wall here. Pretty cool, pretty cool. But that tree right over there has all of these little branch nodules off of it. I'm hoping to be able to cut some of those off, and I'm even hoping that maybe, just maybe, those knots look fairly intact, that they might be a little bit of fatwood. All these knots here, they seem pretty thick, so hopefully they're fatwood, but it looks like I could get a handful of nice logs by just cutting all of these guys off and tossing them up to the fire. So let's get to it. Oh yeah. Look at that. That is fat wood. Very nice. Alright, that should be good to get a fire. So last night I made these nettles. I boiled them and I forgot all about them and happened to notice them right before I went to bed. And they were they were a little bit tough, like collard greens, but not bad tasting. But I drank a little bit of the water. I drank a little bit of the tea that it made, and that was actually really good. It tasted to me like a black tea, or a tea you would buy out of the grocery store. And I don't know if you could see here, but its color, it is a really nice red color. So I think I'm gonna heat that up this morning and enjoy it while my coffee's steeping. Just see how it is. Let Allie try it a little bit. So good, Nettles tea. I recommend it. Alright, I don't know what happened, my phone stopped the video, but got two sides of it off. So I just got an empty hole here. So now I'm just going to cut straight down. Ginsu knives. Anyway, that's gonna flatten that out. That's a nice little plate to put some stuff on. So I'm gonna go wash it out so it doesn't completely taste like Monster. And voila! Got a nice little plate there. Keep our nettle greens on that little tray while I need my pot here. I need to go wash it out so I can get my coffee going. That's the most important part. Since I'm out of fresh ground coffee today, today's coffee is Cafe Bustelo instant coffee. So far I like it for instant coffee. It's not bad. Alright, we got the bacon on the fire, we got our hard-boiled eggs, we got our nettles, greens. Breakfast is on. So we're just scoping around our campsite here. All of this is plantain. All of this is plantain. We believe that is edible. We're gonna gather some and then save it for later. And then, not too far down, we've got ourselves some blackberries for Allie to enjoy. A few ripe ones. Nice. Nice little handful of goodies. Always a lot of edible plants in high traffic areas. Now, I took my bacon stick from this tree right here. Just a little small green branch from this tree right here. And what was it called, Allie?
Northern spice bush.
It's a northern spice bush. It had an interesting aroma to it and added an interesting flavor to the bacon. Hopefully it's non-toxic. We'll find out when we get it to cell service, but I didn't really have a lot on it just from where the branches were kind of chopped off and cut. So Allie just pointed out this wineberry bush. I don't know anything about wineberry bushes. We are going to have to find out. Pick delicious ones only. We're gonna save these for later. That's cold.
Much later. Much later.
Decided against it.
I actually forgot the soap.
Round 2. Fight.
Oh, that's cold. Oh my god, it's so cold. I wish I had a thermometer to test what the temperature is. Oh, it's like ice. It's not bad once you're in it for a second, but getting in it, it's tough. Oh, whoa, that's chilly. Oh, oh man. That'll wake you up. Well, I wish it was pleasant to swim around in here, but it's chilly. So, just a quick washing, and that's it. And I think I mentioned before, but we only use biodegradable soap. Hey, Allie.
Yeah.
One of those big fish that you wanted.
Don't mind if I do.
What are you doing?
You just made so much water go into my shoe.
There you go. Bless you. Bless you. You keep sneezing, we'll have to call a priest for the next one. To bless you. Obviously mine aren't doing the job.
You want something? Take it! That's yours tonight! You want it? You want it? Take it! You want it tonight? Take it!
Alright, so for lunch, We've got white cheddar and caramelized onion and red pepper smoked sausages. And we'll put some mustard on that. So, that sounds good. We've whittled up a few hot dog sticks. Repurposing the pole that I had from my rainfly last night. So, that's what's for lunch. Let's get cooking. So while I was waiting for my hot dog to cook, I whittled out the little piece of fat wood out of that knot. So I'll take that home with me. This makes really good fire starter. And you can just take a sliver of it off and it'll light like a candle, and it'll just stay lit so that that little flake can be used to start a fire. So this is good to keep in your pack.
Well, they say all good things come to an end.
What's that got to do with this show?